Hey guys, LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. Right now, I want to talk about I guess it's a pilot episode or an exploratory episode for The Muppet Show. So this is a brand new episode of The Muppet Show that I guess if it goes well, is well received, that the viewership is high enough, whatever the case may be, I guess that they are talking about bringing back The Muppet Show. I grew up on the Muppets. I'm a big fan of the Muppets. You know, they do have a very hit and miss record with me, where some of their movies, some of their shows I've really liked, and some of them I haven't liked at all. But overall, I've been a fan of the Muppets. I watched the Muppet Show growing up. I watched Muppet Babies growing up. I've watched all the movies. Some of the movies were staples of my childhood, and others were staples of my kids' childhood, movies that I watched with them. So, definitely a fan of the Muppets. And this hit the tone. Like this episode hit the tone of what I want the Muppets to be. Musical, funny, self-referential, sarcastic, risky, right? Some of the comedies is very risky in terms of kids watch the Muppets, but so do parents. So let's put in some jokes that are for the parents that will hopefully go over the kids' heads. So this hit the tone. Sabrina Carpenter was kind of the main guest of this episode, and I don't know anything about her. You know, I know that she sings, I think she sings Man Child, right? She sang it in this anyways. In this episode, she sang Man Child, so I'm pretty sure that's her song. Other than that, I couldn't tell you what songs Sabrina Carpenter sings. But I know that she has been trying to break into movies, and I know that she has recently been signed on to play in some movies, and I think that I suppose this was a nice stepping stone for her. I thought she did fine here. You know, her acting wasn't overly wooden, it wasn't overly pedestrian. It was fine. Obviously, when she was performing, that was when she was doing her best. But the Man-Child song, it was fine. But for me, the standout performance of the night was Rizzo the Rat. That was the standout performance of the episode. Rizzo the Rat's performance was hilarious. And you also had a skit by Honeydew and Beaker that was really funny. Those were the two standouts. So while you had this big guest star who was in several of the skits and several of the songs, she wasn't in really either of the standout performances of the night. Seth Rogen makes a small appearance. Maya Randolph, is that her name? Yeah, she makes a quick cameo appearance there. I think there's a couple others in there, but really it's the Muppets and Sabrina Carpenter. And like I said, it hits the right tone. It ran for the right length. It was 33 minutes long, and I thought that was perfect. And it just kind of did everything right. Not that if I go back and compare this episode with episodes of the original run of The Muppet Show, yeah, this is going to be nowhere near the best episode of The Muppet Show. But looking at it strictly from a perspective that this is a pilot episode to potentially bring back The Muppet Show, they did everything right here. It's not the greatest episode of The Muppet Show ever, but they did everything right. And I think that this is proof of concept. I think that this is proof that The Muppet Show can work, if they can get the right stars on board. It has to be current, relevant people like Sabrina Carpenter. Old people like me, who can't name a single Sabrina Carpenter song, that's fine. We'll watch it because it's the Muppets. Young people, who are the people that Disney really wants to get to watch this, they're not going to watch because it's the Muppets. They're going to watch because you're getting their favorite people on board, their favorite musicians or their favorite actors or their favorite YouTubers or whatever. You're getting them on board. That's why they're going to watch it. And those are the people who really need to watch it. Old fogies like me, we're going to watch it just because it's the Muppets. All right, guys. What do you think of the first episode of The Muppet Show? Or the pilot episode? Or maybe we'll never see another episode again? I don't know. What do you think of this episode of The Muppet Show? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there commenting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 1,913. If you can help me get there, that would make me ecstatic. Just hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.